welcome into the reading. We're doing a week by week for August, okay? So first week, Challenger in reverse. Maybe you have no, we're not going to get into it, right? Second week, excuse me, Knight. And then we have third week, Clergy in reverse, equally. So all the odd numbers are in reverse, bro. So for the first week, we have Challenger in reverse. Okay, and the Musician. First week, we have Challenger in reverse. You could not really know what you're doing with your life. Maybe you don't really have a goal. Maybe you're lacking some type of courage. Maybe you're trying to figure out exactly what type of adventure you want to go on. But it's like open, right? Maybe you need to compromise. Maybe like you need to consider someone's opinion. Maybe there's something that you've been arguing about with somebody. Like, hey, so like maybe you're unmotivated. You're low-key unmotivated the first. Happy August. You're unmotivated the first week, right? Maybe you need to reconcile with someone, maybe consider someone, maybe come to an agreement. I feel like you know what else is also kind of giving? Because Challenger is someone who's ready to fight. Like, you're not wanting to fight. You're like, you know what, I want to solve this issue. Whatever the issue is. If it's romantic, if it's a job, maybe like, if it's a living arrangement, you don't want to cause any issues anymore. You're done being an issue person. That could be what you're trying to manifest on. Like, you're like, I just want reconciliation. I just want an opportunity. I just want to develop. I just want to align type of energy. It could be financial as well, but it's giving like you maybe lost your will to fight against somebody. Lost your will to fight. Yeah, because like it's giving too much anxiety. This is something maybe potentially new that you're starting out with, and you're just like, you know what? I'm changing my perspective. It's not you against me type of energy potentially. It's not like, it's not like I have to fight with you. I'm just trying to resolve an issue. It's high-key giving like you want to fix the problem. So whatever this problem is, you're trying to fix it. You're trying to resolve it. You're trying to heal it. Okay? You're coming like with guards down. Like, you put your boxing gloves down. You're like, you know what? I'm tired of fighting. I was fighting the past type of energy. Or I was fighting my own depression. I was fighting my own fears. It got nothing to do with you personally. Whether it's romantic or not, okay? It's looking giving like you want to start fresh for something. You want to heal it and move forward. Okay? So then we have the Knight coming out. Maybe you finally get an opportunity to show up and be... Okay, so we have hesitation coming out. So maybe someone gives you an opportunity. Maybe you're trying to decide if you're going to be loyal. So like it's low-key given like in the beginning, you were like, hey, I may have been an issue here trying to fight with you, right? Trying to fight with whatever this is, trying to cause problems. You know what I'm trying to say? I was low-key fighting my own personal demons, high-key. That's what it's low-key giving. Like you were bringing old fearful energy into a new situation, connection, whatever, and it may have caused some issues. Then you may potentially get like an opportunity to do so. But with a Knight is somebody who's like trying to defend, protect. So like you start to even potentially, like now you're battling with the fact of showing back up the way you used to, which is like defending things, trying to fight with people, trying to cause some type of issues. Like you're starting to like trying to overcome that, but at the same time it's very worrisome, bothersome. Like maybe you don't know how to do it. So you're in the learning energy potentially when it comes to week 2 of like how to still honor yourself, still be honorable, still show up as a strong individual, but also considering what your actions are portraying, considering this is like so crazy that, okay, yeah, this is like a new experience. So maybe you do get to reconcile with this individual. We had this come out in the first week, so it's low-key giving like you maybe manifest this. Maybe you do have an opportunity to reconcile or do have an opportunity to start over again. Do have an opportunity. This could be career, this could be anything. And now you're like, do I take this opportunity? How do I show up with this opportunity? Like now you're a little bit worried. You start to worry again, but you're worrying in a way of like, you want to show up in a positive light. Because Knights are positive. They protect. They provide a service. They're not seen as like vigilante or something of the sort. Like, it's giving. So like, yeah, you're trying to grow something. This could be love related, or maybe just you're very passionate about it, but you're trying to grow something. You're trying to make it happy. You're trying to make it stable. But you're trying to figure out exactly how to do so in week 2. Like, how do I make everybody happy in the situation? How do I make everyone feel confident? Everyone feel like, because it's like you're still fighting, because a Knight fights and a Challenger fights, right? The boxing guy. But the boxing guy is fighting an opponent. this is fighting for a cause, protection. You know what I'm trying to think? So it's like, how do I show up in this protection energy? How do I show up in a happy energy? Now I have a new opportunity to do so. How do I show up? That's what like the low-key giving, like you're really trying to figure it out. So we have clergy in reverse. Maybe it's like you don't really have a moral compass. Maybe you don't know if you should pray about it. Maybe you don't, like, maybe you're like, I don't know why we're not talking to God, but it's low-key giving like there's not really a talk with God type of energy. Maybe you feel like no one will understand you. Luck is on the fence, but it's low-key on reversal energy. So you're feeling less lucky. Maybe you feel like it's not, like maybe there's no guidance. Maybe you don't understand what God wants from you in this type of situation. So like you kind of lose hope potentially. You lose like faith potentially, because like it seems like nothing's coming out of this. You get a new opportunity to do whatever and fight for the protection of this situation, but then it's like there's no fruits of your labor. There's no luck. Maybe there's been struggles coming in, so you're starting to like question, is this on my path? Is this for me? Because it's in reverse, right? Yeah, so with the high priestess also coming out in the same type of way, it's like given like you start to maybe potentially see this as like, is this really my intuition? Is this something that I'm supposed to be doing? Is this harming me type of energy? So sorry. Is this harming me type of energy though? That feels low-key giving like you're trying to figure that out. So I feel like for this energy, you need to like maybe go backwards and figure out if this is really what, like connect with your inner guidance. Because now I feel like when God goes silent, it's potentially because you're supposed to remember something that was already said. Maybe God already spoke for something. So it's like low-key giving like, if this making you happy, if this something that you wanted as a child, this something that is like stabilizing you, this something that like, are you just wasting energy into something type of energy? Like it's already been discussed low-key. So like it's like me, right? Let's say I start to do something that I already stopped doing, or something that was not benefit me in the past. If I ask God for guidance and God already discussed it with me in the past, telling me to stop this or telling me to pursue this, whatever the fuck it is, right? It's low-key giving like, do I have to say more? You know what I said, so I don't have to guide you in this anymore. I feel like God is like maybe potentially putting you in like a quiet state or a wilderness type of energy, so you can really figure out this is exactly what you want, or like maybe you already have the tools kind of energy, and you need to kind of go inward. Yeah, it's low-key giving like there's something that you've been wanting, something that you've been asking for, something that you've been doing repetitively. So it's like, are you going to revert back? When things go quiet, things are not aligning, things are not seeming to be right, are you going to continue, be persistent? Are you going to continue building on this path type of energy? As soon as God seems to like pull away or maybe like, you know, forsake you type of energy, are you going to pivot? What are you going to do? Are you going to stand on business? Are you going to stand on boundaries type of energy? Like that's what's looking given like, what are you expecting, right? So then we have musician. It seems like things kind of work out. Maybe there's like some type of celebration now. So maybe you pull through. Even though the quiet time was kind of scary, you maybe had a lot of things on your mind, maybe you were stressing about it. You knew what you had to do. You figured it out. Yeah, there could have been like an awakening or a rejection potentially. But a rejection that was like successful, a rejection that was good. It was good for you to be rejected. It was good for you to either, it's low-key giving like an awakening. So it's like you start to find your passions again. You start to align with this harmonious energy. So before we were in a very much fighting energy, then you had no backup. And no backup was because it's like, are you gonna persist? What do you want? You wanted this. You asked for this. You asked for reconciliation. You asked for a second opportunity, right? So it's low-key giving like, and you didn't know what to do with it, but now you maybe potentially found out what you want to do. You kind of awoken from it. You quit. Where did we quit? What did we quit? I don't know what we quit, but low-key, high-key, everything is balancing out. Everything's balancing out for you. You're becoming more conscious of like how you're showing up. This was at the bottom of the deck and now it wants to come out. So it's low-key giving like maybe you're communicating better. Maybe you're able to advance and grow and build more in that type of energy. It's low-key giving like there's some type of new direction also. So it's like giving like a level up energy at the end of it. So it's, I know, I'm so sorry. It's low-key giving like something more to stress about, low-key. Something more to, like it's a breaking point, a turning energy. Something more though to worry about. That sounds so bad, but it is. It is kind of like, because let's say you got a promotion. Now you have to show up even more. Now you got to do more paperwork. Now you got to, you know what I'm trying to think? So it's like, it's a cycle. It's a cycle of life. You realize what you want. you put into what you want, you get what you want type of energy. You got to persist in the energy of what you wanted, and now you're evolving and growing to kind of do the cycle all over again, but with different demons and different level ups. Okay, I do have a fortune cookie. I'm going to put this into the reading at the end to see what your fortune is. Learn from past mistakes and quickly move on. So that's kind of on par with what the fuck we just read.